Hey, it's Romania Black, and I have been simultaneously been so excited for and so dreading this day. Because you may have only seen my channel since 2020 when I started it. You may have only seen this channel today, but I need you to understand something, and that is that in 2003, I stumbled across a manga in my grocery store that was in a Shonen Jump magazine called Bleach. And it was a chapter where Ichigo, the protagonist, was off to save his friend Rukia from being kidnapped by her brother-in-law, and a cat that turned into a woman named Yaruichi was going to train him to go do it. And that chapter got me so intrigued and interested in the story that I followed it and read it month to month. And then once it was online, week to week, for 13 years until it ended in 2016. And you may not know this. You may have noticed the Ichigo picture that Be Happy sent me, my moderator sent me, hanging on my wall, and think, oh, Romania likes Bleach. But I don't know if you know the extent of how much I like Bleach, because you can see back here the things that I have that I'm interested in that people have sent me. But on this wall over here, you can't see this. But I, started out collecting the manga, and so collecting the manga slowly turned into collecting more of the manga, and then I got more of the manga, and then I just kept going, because at that point, why should you stop? You should just keep going. And then somewhere along the time when I moved from my old home to this one, I lost volume 39, but it's somewhere at my old house. I don't know where it's at. And we just got to I basically have collected up through volume 57 of the manga, and have through 2 of the character guides and 1 of the special editions of the first volume. And so, yes, I like Bleach a little bit. I like Bleach an awful lot, actually. And so I have been so excited because I've watched the anime growing up. I've seen every episode up through the start of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. And the reason why I had not watched the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is because like I said, spent 13 years reading week to week Bleach, and I would be online. There was like mangaforums.com or something, and it was like the big 3 had the forums. You had One Piece, you had Naruto, and you had Bleach. And I was keeping up with Naruto. I was keeping up with One Piece at the same time, so I'd be in the One Piece and Bleach forums a lot. And Naruto I eventually read, but I was not keeping up week to week with that series. And I was a full-blown Bleach apologist. I was a full-blown Bleach activist, Bleach enthusiast, but I was definitely a Bleach apologist, because when it got to the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, there were things happening that Kubo was doing that, in hindsight, we know now Kubo had some health issues going on, things of that nature. I'm not going to get into it right now, but at the time you didn't know. So Bleach was going through some rough times in that last arc, and people were shitting on it. They were like, the worst of the big 3. Why is it still in the big 3? Da 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 da. And I was a full-blown apologist. I was like, look, no, you don't understand. This is the majesty of Kubo's work. This is how it's all good. Everything. I was in the trenches advocating until it got to a point. And then I was like, oh no. So there are parts of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc manga that I am not a fan of. And so it held me back from watching this last anime season arc, because I was like, I don't know. And then I had heard, again, I am a blind reactor, so I have not reread the manga for years, because I knew at some point when I started my channel 5 years ago, I'm like, at some point I'm going to have to get into it. So I have not reread the manga for that reason, to try to make it as fresh as possible when I come back into it. But I had heard Kubo had changed some things, and I was like, well, he better damn well have changed some things. So I'm excited now. I've finally reached a point on my channel where I'm caught up with certain series, and I'm like, I'm going to dive in, because the final part of the anime is going to be coming out later on this summer. I was like, I'm going to start catching up, and we're going to go from there. So that's where we're at. But I'm very excited, because it feels nostalgic to get back into Bleach. It feels so exciting to get back into Bleach. I grew up with the dub. With Johnny on Bosch as Ichigo. Iconic role. I am going to be watching in the sub, though, because I want to, 1, challenge myself to do something that I haven't done, which is watch Bleach in the sub. I'm not familiar. All I've heard is that Suabe plays Grimmjow, and I was like, oh, sold, instant. And I've heard Aizen's VA a lot now, and I'm like, He was recently, I think, in one of the other series I was watching, and I was like, oh, cool. But he was in the Japanese dub for To Be Hero X in an episode that I watched recently. But I'm very excited to get into the sub. It's going to be good. My apprehension is, as you've seen, I have all of these manga just lying around. My apprehension is that I know how the internet works. I feel like my community on my channel, y'all are respectful, y'all are nice. Patreon, y'all are saints. But I know some people in the community online are going to be like, how dare you forget that in chapter 637 that Ichigo actually used this object and whatever. And people are going to correct me. I am well aware. They're going to be like, you're a fake fan because you don't remember something that you read 20 years ago. And I'm going to be like, yes, you are correct. I don't remember something I read 20 years ago. I'm starting to enter that phase of my life, but I hope that, one, you are forgiving if I forget something that I read 20 years ago. I hope you're forgiving that I've not retained that in my brain. I have other things that occupy that space. But also I'm excited to get back into it. It's daunting for me because I am kind of a perfectionist. So I want to make sure I am correct, and especially on things that I know. And Bleach is something I've grown up with, so I feel like I should know things, but I am probably going to forget stuff, and I'm going to forget names of the hundreds of characters in this series. So please be patient with me as I go back through that. I am definitely excited for the comments, and please do not spoil me on what is to come. I know in my mind there are certain parts of this series that I absolutely am so hyper excited to get to, though. In this arc, there are things I'm like, yes, I want to get to that. I want to see it. I want to see it animated. I've been wanting to see it animated for years. And there are parts of it that I'm like, oh, we're going to tear this shit apart if they don't change it in the anime. So we're going to see. We're going to see how they justify it. We're going to see. So I'm going to be honest in my opinions, but I'm super excited. I am going to watch the OPs and EDs because I kind of know how the original did it, so I can't feel spoiled in that regard. But yeah, I'm really excited. And we are going to, before you all ask, I'm going to be watching episodes, like 2 episodes a week until the finale of this season, and the moderators told me to watch the last 3 episodes together. That's all they've said. That's it. And if you comment down below, one of 3 things will happen. 1, if you please want a spoiler tag. If you want to talk spoilers with people that have already seen this show, please just say, Romania, don't read spoilers. Skip a few lines. Do that. I will heart it, and we will be good to go, and you're an amazing person. If you want to just talk shop on what's happening in the episodes we're watching currently and previous episodes from previous arcs, because I do remember those, and I am good talking about those, awesome. If you spoil me on anything that is to come or any changes Kubo has made, etc., then I just want you to know my mod's going to flag that, and I'm going to heart it, but I'm not going to read it, and I'm not going to reply. So if that was your intent, it's not going to happen. So that's what I got to say. I am so excited to get in the Bleach again. It's been 10 years. I can't believe it's been 10 years since I last read the final chapter of the manga and was like, and that's it. And it's been 10 years. And that's insane to me. And I am just excited for you all to be there with me. So please, if you want to see me catch up with Bleach every Wednesday from now until the fall, please subscribe down below. Please like this video to help it with the algorithm and get those comments a-coming. And I cannot wait. But yeah, I've talked for almost 9 minutes. We need to get started, shall we? Okay, so I have been told a couple things, and one is that the copyright on Bleach is insane, which understandable. So I'm not going to be able to play with sound. I'm so sorry. That's just the way it's going to work if I can put this on YouTube. So I'm going to have headphones in, and we are going to be able to have the picture-in-picture down below, but the actual subtitles are going to show up here for you all. You can follow along with me with your own, right? You're here for the reaction and the discussion anyway, not to watch for free. Go do that on your own, you mooks. I have to get a subscription, so do you. So I am watching this through Hulu because I'm not giving Disney my money. At least not directly. I know they have a partnership with Hulu, but I'm not directly giving Disney my money. I'm just doing this through Hulu because it's my only other option other than pay Jeff Bezos. So there we go. But yeah, so I am going to be watching it through that. I am getting this hooked up here. And then what we're going to do is actually watch both episodes back to back. I'm probably going to skip the end credits on episode 1 and watch them for episode 2. And then once we're done watching all of the episodes 1 through 2, we'll come back and we'll discuss them both at the same time, right? Because it's going to be fun. So with that being said, we're going to get started here and dive into Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Oh my god, it's happening. And we're going to be doing that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's do it to it. Oh god, turn that down. Ah! My ears! My ears! Oh, I am excited to see the animation. Bleach always had good animation, especially in the latter part. Oh, the Quincy! 900 years, babe. And 90 years. Uh-huh. Ha! Ooh! Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, come on, animation. Come on, get it. Hey, Mayuri, how you doing? It's been a while. And Akon, yes. I love his little horns. Interesting. Yeah, the Quincy are the only ones that can do that. Oh, I also love the music for Bleach. So, Kubo is a music buff, so he gonna make sure that the music sounds amazing in this. Ooh. Is this Uryu? Or is it someone else? Oh. Okay, I'm glad they showed up because I was wondering. Ah! They look a lot older than they do in the manga. Is that Shoyo's voice? Shino Madarame, huh? Ryunosuke! Or is that... Whose voice is that? I've heard this voice before. I'm trying to place it. Aww. Ah! Well, yes, yes. Indeed, Ichigo. Right, so I don't have to rely on Ichigo so much, you know, because he's a huge liability. I also like, girl, I understand you're trying to use that hat to help, but girl, just get side bangs. It will help. Huh? No! Don't you know the first move of a horror movie? Don't split up. Aw. I love his little dots on the side of his head. Oh, Yuki. Ryunosuke. I can't place his voice actor. I'm going to have to look it up. It's so familiar, and I should know it from so many places, but my mind has gone blank. I can't get over how good this is animated. They already have... They were like, we're going to put some money into this. Trust and believe. The H stands for help. He's a little kicking his feet. Why everybody jinx themselves? Why they gotta do it? Oh, there you go. Very traditional hollow look. Oh, get that stoplight metaphor, anime! It's so wild watching this, like, after I've watched so many other anime to see, like, the tropes. This show would be the worst advertisement for a phone company. Ah! Oh, love. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I forgot this. Oh. Oh, shit. Well. Oh, buddy. That blood spreads so damn fast in Bleach. Nah, you're probably gonna be okay. I'm waiting for it. Ah! Oh, nice! Ah! Ah! There we go. There we go. Oh, you get a quick heal. You weren't that bad. Girl, we got a lot quicker. Nice. Ah! He's got that damn cloud stripe sword, you know. Possibly based on Berserk as well. I definitely see how now after reading Berserk that Kubo has been influenced. I see it. Highly. Although I would argue Kubo has been influenced by Naito and Vash the Stampede and Trigun just as much as Berserk. Oh, don't worry. Well, they are the protagonists, that's why. Ah! I love Orihime. Mm-hmm. Damn, Kubo, though. My God. My God. Repping it for the big bust girls. Ah, Chad! We gotta give Chad something to do. Collateral damage, never heard of you. Yes, Sato, it's Chad. It's just Chad. Oh! Come on, Skate the Infinity! I love Ryu too! Oh, I need to look up who Uryu's voice actor is in this. Oh, Uryu. Your daddy's genes are showing, sir. Pay attention, Yuki! You gonna spam that Bankai, sir. You gonna spam that Bankai. Nice. We're gonna talk about all of this. That his Bankai is just condensed to him. It's not like a domain. It's not like... Which Gege has taken that from the show, so... Ah! They even got his little thing offside. That's cool. Yeah! Hell yeah! Soul Reapers. You should know this about them. We're like 1,000 episodes in. What are you doing? Nice. Shiro's a very attractive looking character. Ha! Did you buy the bakery girl? uh, she's like, look, these boobs didn't get big on their own, man. You can tell Ichigo's voice has aged a little bit. I mean, it's been 20 years. What would you expect? So this is a polycule. Oh, I love that Chad just took like 6 donuts already. Ichigo's like, I've been sleeping on the floor and or with Uryu and Orihime for days. I'm on the Atkins diet. Ah! Ah! I forgot about Geek Eye, honestly. Oh my god. Aww! They're like, damn, girl, let's go fizz. Why is that sandwich got a whole ass fish in it? Oh, wow, right into it. Them eyebrows were choices. Get off my bed! Wasting no time. Ah! Could be an Arankar, but he's dressed like a Quincy. Orihime, girl. What you know, Uryu? Wow, what a convenient place to land. Oh. He's like, I'm not here for a villain's monologue. No! Oh. Because he has the mask. Oh, shit. Well, you are wearing a mask like one, so... Sorry we profiled. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, it is. We came here for Uryu. Afterlife sure has some negative parts. I love you, Michika. And Madarame. Which I wonder if that means that... Oh god, is Shion related to him? Because they have the same forehead? Spirited away in a supernatural spirit world. We'll talk about it. Oh, nice, Madarame, with the little arm thing. You guys need to see this. Ooh, that is creepy. I always liked Yumachika's peacock kind of motif. Interesting. Sir, what does this mean? Yuri, what you noticing? Hey, old man. Awful lot of space you got there. Oh, shit. It's the Ginyu Force! He has the longest name. Yes, you are right, Yamamoto. Okay. I do like that deep voice. I like that's how Ichigo views Uryu. Yeah, which is weird. Oh, I like his voice. He's like, I know, I got a lot of space. Well... No, I'm just that badass. Alright, yeah. Yeah! Oh! The arrogance of it all. The confidence of it all. Not my side piece! I forgot he died! By the Wandenreich. Oh! Oh! You killed my man! How am I gonna play chess now? Oh no, I'm sure he knows. I mean, the Quincy's have a very distinct fashion line. Oh, I love it. In the oh. He's like, I was gonna renovate this anyway. I do like his voice too. Went to the Piccolo School of Dodge. Why are you goading him to use your Bankai? Not a fan. Ichigo's like, what a day this has been. Well, you could do other things. He is a teenager. Oh. I've been holding it in, sir. Oh my god, that's crazy! Oh, that's right! Oh. I forgot about this. That was crazy. I really wish I knew German right now. Oh, wow. Oh! Well, that backfired on you, sir! You picked the wrong Shinigami to try to steal Bankai from. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You messed with the protagonist, sir. Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? In the last 5 minutes of this episode! That's on point. I love the concept of the shadow taking them away. That's awesome. It looks like ashes. No, it was not. Very similar, though. But 'twas not. Hmm. I do like the blue versus black that we got, or the blue versus red that we've got going on. It's a little on the nose. And this guy. Kubo loves designing his characters. Oh, shit! Ha! Oh, this feels very on the nose for now. Jesus, this feels so on the nose. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, surely that's not the end. Surely that's not the end. Oh, maybe this is the... Okay. Okay, we'll watch this. Man, what a nostalgia trip. I feel like the animation of the series, it has a starting point, and there's like a right around Hueco Mundo and the Arrancar arc, Kubo's animation style, like, kind of got cemented in exactly what he wanted. And so from that point on, the artwork was just... The character art, you can't... It's hard to beat Kubo in character art and design. He's just so good at it. Even though some of the character designs are insane and ridiculous, they're just so... Like, you see that character and you're like, it's Kubo. You just know it's Kubo. Oh, Aizen and his chair! Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with Aizen. Y'all have no idea. Aizen is one of my favorite antagonists. Freaking love Aizen. Ulquiorra! R.I.P. R.I.P. Ulquiorra! One of maybe my favorite arc in the whole series is Ulquiorra, Orihime, and Ichigo. Y'all don't even know the angsty teen fan fiction, the angsty teen fan art I drew of this moment. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know! I was like Ulquiorra, Orihime shipping so hard. Damn it. Rapport, huh? Oh! Now we're getting the voice actors, too. And Rukia. I miss Rukia. I'm ready to see her. And Uryu. What a damn freaking Kubo being a damn tease. Edging us for years. Urahara. My love, my beloved Urahara. And, I mean, Urahara and Yaruichi, ship. Hell yeah, Shinji. Love Shinji. It's gonna be so good to get back into them. Oh, Stark. R.I.P. Stark. Stark and Shisui. Oh my god. Live. That damn OP, Rambu Melody, favorite OP. Rambu Melody is just such a good song. And it's such a good OP. Ishine, the feral monster I will become when we get to Ishine again. Y'all don't even know. Y'all ain't even ready. That is arguably where they could have ended the show. Arguably, you could have ended it. You could have ended it after he faced Aizen and did all that. You could have. You could have. Although I really do like the arc that comes after it, so... I really do like that arc, honestly. It could have gone on longer. We'll talk about it as we go. I mean, this is definitely, like, sending it off. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Come on, pro. All right. We need to get... All right, we're going to get into the next episode in here, episode 2, and we're going to start that here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Ha-ha! I'm assuming if that's the ED, we haven't seen the OP yet, have we? Yeah. Ludas. I'm gonna finally be able to hear the pronunciation of these names from the manga. Oh. Oh, don't say that to him. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Oh, now we get into the OP. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, with the raindrops? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get the... Come on, Chad, fan service. Oh, wow, with the blood on the bleach. Nice. And the red spider lilies. Okay, come on. It's going to be fun to see some new OPs. Oh, nice. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. All of the Quincy. Oh, Renji, my love! Oh, that mofo. We're gonna get that mofo. Yes. Uh-huh. Nice! Okay. Not too spoilery. Okay. The animation's so good in this. It's so good. Damn. So what about Shion and Yuki? Yeah, there we go. Uh. Uh-huh. There we go, Ryu. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you sure? Aw. Yes, exactly. Aw. Ah! No, I'm good, but... Yeah, she's definitely related to... Ooh. Akon, my love. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mortally wounded. Oh my god, so he is dead. Well, serving under, indeed. Uh-huh. Okay. Ryu seems to be slightly maybe in the know, but not really wanting to understand it. Ichigo, you gonna tell him about the Quincy cross that you saw? You gonna bring that up? Chad's like, I'm just gonna run this off. I love Orihime tied to the birds. Mm-hmm. She literally is the Android 16 of it all. Yeah, so what we gonna do about that? Did you tell them? I've forgotten. No, it's ominous. I want to see Rukia again. No! Sweetheart! No! Ah! I love me some Nell. Nelly Hell. Yeah, about that. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, I think I know what happens, but yep, 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 yep. You're in charge now. Oh. Oh shit, I forgot they killed him too. Okay, so yes. Mmm. Ah, hell! Not Halle Bell! You leave her alone! Justice for Halle Bell. Ah! Yes! Oh my god. I tell you what. School of Dodge. It's Pesh, yeah. Ha! Meanwhile, man, Shinji looking fly as hell. Shisui's like, I get it. Or Shunsui, sorry. Ukitaki's like, I get it too. Bitch. I mean. I mean. I mean. Chess is gonna be a lot more boring without you, Sasuke. Wow, that's a transition. Hey, Karine! I think Pesh is just there. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. About damn time. I'm sure Wakamuna was a lot better place. But damn it. Well, that's a problem. I like they were the last bastion of defense. Freaking Nell. She's like, I have gotten the short stick this entire series. Awesome. Mother Truck and Halle Bell. Hey, you guys. I know you guys are like the last ones in dodgeball, but get out of here. Oh. Oh, I have so much nostalgia for Wake Mundo. Oh my gosh. Oh, that shirt, Chad. Uh huh. Which would be where Eburn came from. And they got down to Chaka. No. I always feel like Pesh and Donna Chaka are like plays on like the comedian duos in Japan. Right. Ichigo is the liaison between all three, right? All three groups. Arankar, Quincy, and Shinigami. Mm-hmm. Yes. Aww. Ah. Mmm. Yes! The original Gojo. Frickin' Urahara. Frickin' love him. You mysterious badass man. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, damn. I was so caught up in the Ichihime Ichiruki drama that I just let Ishi just completely go on. Ah. Yeah, I've been tracking you. Of course. Right. Right. Urahara keeps track on everybody, don't you know? Uh-huh. It's been connected from the start. I like that they've reanimated how the pathway between here and Hueco and the Shinigami go. On the nose. We're a bit on the nose. Yeah, Urahara likes to make a dramatic entrance. Grab that little girl. Hmm. Trust your gut. Ah. Mmm. Oh. Jeez. We're sparing no expense. Hey, Nell was, a fighter once too. Ah, okay. Oh. Yeah. Tis not good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at worst, they're gonna end up just like Eburn and those guys. Yeah. Hold on a second. So? Well, I mean, I'm being a little bit selfish for my friend. Ichigo's just like that. Right, very much. Right, Chad's not wrong. Aww. Oh, this guy. I remember Opie here. These are Halle Bell's lady friends, aren't they? Oh my god. Mmm. Oh my god. Uh-huh. Yeah, the voice actor's perfect for him. Uh-huh. Shit, well. An entrance exam, you say? Mmm. Oh, jeez. Probably not. No. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, wow. It's those girls that were like attacking Orihime back in the Roncar arc. Oh, shit. Well. Oh. Damn. Oh. Oh. Oh, don't be bitching about Aizen. Don't be throwing shade to Aizen. The late Aizen, he ain't even in the grave. Long may he reign. There, them's the ladies. I love the Amazon look, yes. Yes, Mila Rose, soon an Apache. Probably should skate over that sand a little quicker there, Ichigo. How'd you get up there? Yeah, no, that's their love language, girl. Don't mess with lesbians. Let them go. I love the mohawk. Yeah. Oh, damn. Blood is like freaking Kool-Aid in this show. Ah. Mmm. I'm ready for this guy to get the floor mopped with him. Come on, Ichigo, mop the floor. Akon has gotten like such an upgrade. Look at him. He's like, I'm going to slowly back out and let y'all have this. Uh-huh. Dang, Kenji looks great. Everybody's looking real good. Not showing Rukia, of course. Oh, shit. Quincy. Oh! Vampires. Say it the same way that's like says in Hellsinger Bridge. Vampires. Called it. Oh, is that the episode? Oh, shit. I thought we had more time. Oh, love. All the weapons, the swords. Nice. No. We're going to watch the credits. Don't be doing that. At least Hulu gives you some time. And then Mayuri's. Shinji and Mayuri's weapons are so iconic. I love them so much. And Byakuya's blade with the petals. Ooh, I like this song. Nice. I'm going to have to look up some of the voice actors for the sub because I don't know them because I grew up with the dub. But yeah. Yes. Interesting. Oh, wow. All the Shinigami capes. The pile of it all. Interesting. And Ichigo's sword with a little bandage. Yeah. Okay, they have a preview, I'm assuming. Oh, the manga! Nice! Oh, it's the beginning of the manga volume with him. Oh, nice. March of the Stars cross. Yeah, okay. Oh, it feels good to be back. Well, all right. Ah! I may just have to complete my Bleach collection because one thing that I have found that I really like is having the manga on hand to kind of talk about the similarities and differences is a very fun idea. So I want to talk shop about some voice actors. I want to talk about some things that were left out of volume 55, which is where we pick up the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, which I have volumes 55, 56, and 57. So that's as far as I collected. So a girl is going to have to finish it off, right? But we basically covered everything in volume 55. everything except one chapter, and I'm not going to talk about that one chapter because I was like, oh, we still have one chapter. But we got through volume 55. I don't know if they'll include that one chapter. It was kind of like going back to the Shinigami. I don't know if they'll skip over it or not. But the very end, the epitaph was from Opie here. And it was basically, because Kubo always did like a little start to his volumes, which Kubo knew how to play the game. Kubo had a very distinct idea. He always started his volumes off with like a little poem, which I loved as an English major growing up. He always had like a little tiny thing here. Kubo knew what to do with the author's note. And so the very epitaph we got at the end of episode 4, or episode 2 rather, of episode 2 was Opie's epitaph. So episodes 1 and 2 basically covered volume 55. I am assuming by that pacing that episodes 3 and 4 are going to cover volume 56, which we'll talk about next week. So we're going to talk about episode 56 or volume 56 next week. But we're going to go through volume 55, talk about it alongside this episode. Good to get back into Bleach. I realized that I called Higuruma Kenji in there. I was like, oh girl, we're a little rusty on some of the Shinigami names. We're gonna have to get back. But Higuruma, I liked Higuruma, but you know, what do we do? So I want to talk shop about some voice actors before we dive into this episode. I'm gonna say this. I love the sub. I'm so excited to get into the sub. English dub. I love the English dub. Johnny Young Bosch as Ichigo is absolutely iconic. I know he's played Vash the Stampede in the English dub. I know he's played Prince Zuko. I know he's done so many other roles that are such iconic roles in English dub. But Ichigo is always, when I hear Johnny Young Bosch's voice, I think of Ichigo because that's what I grew up watching. That's the voice that has been Ichigo. And I'm kind of in the mindset of I want to remember Ichigo with Johnny Young Bosch's voice from the early 2000s as it is. I can tell the man playing Ichigo in the Japanese sub has some age on him because you can just tell it in your voice. As I feel like only women, and this is not trying to be sexist or anything, but I feel like women have a much easier job of conveying youth through their voice sometimes than men do. And that's no shade. It just is what I've noticed from listening to dub roles over time. Because, 20 years later, you're playing a 16-year-old and you're 58. The voice is not going to easily convey that, right? And I can kind of sense it in Ichigo's voice. I'm like, oh, there's some age there. But he's doing his best. He's doing a good job with it. Also, English dub cast. English dub. There are people... I need ADR. I know voice acting is not the most lucrative of professions, but... y'all got a little skimpy because I'm looking at the English dub cast. Alex Lee's playing like 4 people in this series. There's like 3 or 4 other actors that are playing, for example, like Steve Staley and Karen Strassman and Alex Lee, as well as Christopher Swindle, as well as Zeno Robinson, as well as Megan Hollinshed. They are playing like 6 characters in this dub. And look, I know some of those characters are like one-offs. They're going to be there for like 1 episode and that's it. But some of them are not one-off characters. And I'm like, at the same time that Alex Lee is playing Yuki's English dub actor, which that checks out, Alex Lee is also playing, at the same time, Ukitake, and at the same time is also playing like Ukitake, playing Yuki, as well as, what's another one he's doing that I was like, at the same time, I'm like, oh, well, they're going to be on screen together, so that's kind of crazy. There's another one that they're playing, like Zeno's playing 2 of the Quincy's, but there's another one that Alex Lee was playing, I'm like, they're going to be on screen at the exact same time. That's kind of wild to me. So, yeah. Okay. It's one of those things where I was like, they're going to be on the screen. You're playing the characters that are talking to each other. At that point, I'm like, okay, ADR, you could have hired somebody else. You could have spread the money around a little bit, but whatever. These dub actors are working overtime, so it's fine. Also, Kyle Hebert playing Aizen. I'm really excited to hear the sub for Aizen because I'm so used to Kyle Hebert playing him and doing just peak perfection. So I'm excited to hear the sub version of Aizen. I can't wait. I like they referred to him as the late Aizen in this. I'm like he's dead. Nope, not in this. Not yet, bitch. So Masakazu Morita is playing Ichigo in this. and has done so many voice roles. It's kind of insane. It's kind of a lot. I'm trying to think of some of the most recent ones that I would know him from. Because again, I have seen a lot of anime, but I feel like a lot of they're Marco in One Piece. Okay, that's cool. And they're also played with Whis in Dragon Ball Super. Okay. I'm trying to think of roles that they've done that I would have seen because I've watched a lot of anime, but not a lot of long running anime. So I feel like, oh, they were Taida in Final Fantasy. Okay, Titus. Okay, cool. What else have they been in? They've been voice acting for quite. Oh, they're our White Dragon from Yona the Dawn. Oh, awesome. Yes, Gija. All right, awesome. Very cool. I mean, they played in a ton of stuff, but Ichigo, iconic role. How could you not? And Marco playing the White Dragon. Yes, please. Oh, and they were Haizaki and Kroko's basketball. All right, work. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna like go through like all the long list. I'm just going through with them. Yuki Matsuoka plays Orihime in the Japanese sub, and she has been in a lot of things as well. What would I know her from? What would I know her from that I have watched recently? A lot of these are new shows, but I just have not seen them. I mean, when you've played an iconic character for so long, I'm sure that occupies a lot of your voice acting time. Oh, she also plays young Ichigo, which, knowing what we know, I'm like, oh, interesting. You're playing Orihime, the love interest for the younger version of your love interest. That's a fun time. That's not trippy at all. But yeah, she does an incredible job as Orihime. I like her already. She fits the role. I'm a big Orihime fan, so I don't know her from any other roles. That's kind of crazy. Noriaki Sugiyama is also Uryu Ishida's voice actor, which I'm like, yes. Oh, he is Loki in Case Studies of Vanitas. Nice. What else has he been in? He's been in a lot of roles as well. He's in Fate, which I've not seen yet. Heard that was a great series. Maybe one day. He's Sasuke. Oh, well, oh my God. Playing the dark-haired, like, foil to a blondish, strawberry blonde protagonist. You've been typecast. You've been typecast at that point, right? You've been absolutely typecast. Okay. Wow, so he's Sasuke's voice actor. What a wild time. What a wild time, because Bleach and Naruto were around at the same time. So to play Sasuke and Uryu, who are very different characters, but function in very similar roles compared to the protagonist, what a wild time. That's kind of insane. Man was busy. Man was busy. That is so crazy to me. Okay, wow. That's pretty wild. So he's played like a pretty significant character in this Fate series, along with Sasuke and Uryu the entire time. Wow. Huh. How about that? Okay, so then we had Chad's voice actor, which is Hiroki Yasumoto. And I know that Chad has a name in Japanese, but I'm gonna I know it's Yasutaro Sato. It's Chad. It's always been Chad. Like, he is the original Chad. Before Chad became kind of a trope name, like Karen. Like, Chad is Chad. Like, that, he is the Bleach, like, icon. Love him. Have I seen him in anything else that I would have known? He's been in Kaiju number 8. He's been in Metallic Rouge. He was Mont Blanc in Pluto. Oh, okay. He was Mont Blanc in Pluto. Nice. Love that. That's awesome. And he's been in a lot of other things as well. Okay, he was Bjorn in Vinland Saga. Okay, awesome. That voice checks out perfectly for that. Nice. Okay. All right. Nice. Cool. Good deal. Okay, he's been in other things as well, but those stand out quite a bit to me. So nice. Okay. So we're gonna go on then. The other voice actors I had a lot I wanted to kind of point out and see what they'd been in. Ryusei Nakao has been Mayuri, which Mayuri is my brother's, I think, favorite captain of all the Shinigami, which checks for my brother. But yeah, he's played in a lot of different things as well. He was Conrad in Trigun Stampede. Good. Awesome. Nice. That's awesome. And he was also Darkwing Duck in the Japanese dub. What a wild time. And he was Frieza in Dragon Ball Z, so that's pretty damn cool. All right, what an iconic role. Good. Frieza and Mayuri to also Conrad, what a range. That's awesome. Okay, I'm just going through some of the more recent roles. Shinichiro Miki has voiced Night Eye from My Hero Academia, has voiced Mid Valley in Trigun Stargaze, so that's awesome. And then he has also been playing Urahara Kisuke. So, wow, Urahara's voice actor playing Mid Valley is so wild. That's kind of crazy. Has he done anything else recent that I would know about? He's been in a lot of series that I have been recommended on my channel, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, he was Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist. All right, what a range! What a wild range! Maybe that's why Mid Valley's voice was so distinct, because it was Mustang's. And he's Kusakabe in Jujutsu Kaisen. To go from Urahara to Kusakabe is also a wild range too. Look, you all need to understand that Urahara is like, when I think of mentor characters, I know a lot of the modern generations think of Gojo, and they think of maybe Kishibe from Naruto with the eye and the mask that's basically like, you know, a Gojo prototype. Urahara is, I feel like Gojo is a combination of Kasaki and Urahara combined has made Gojo. I feel like he's a combo of those two, but Urahara is like one of the top mentor figures for me. I freaking love Urahara. I love everything about him. The mystery around his Bankai that fans of that series, we waited like 10 years. We're like, what is it? What is it, Kubo? And Kubo edged us the whole time. I will say, I'm excited to see the Bankai. It was worth the wait. The way that the fandom theorized so hard to figure out what it was, because there were little bits and pieces dropped throughout the lore. Like there was a conversation that Chad and Urahara had about the Bankai, and he was like, oh, it's not suited to train you and all this. And so I was obsessed. I was so into the lore and trying to figure out Urahara's entire thing. Yes. And just shipping him with Yarichi, just the banter between him and Aizen, like Moriarty and Sherlock, just live for it. So yes. And then Koichi Yamadera, who plays Beerus in Dragon Ball Super, also has been in several other things like Lupin the Third. He's been in To Be Hero X, but it's a character I don't know yet, so we're going to wait on that. Also, he's been in Detective Pikachu. That's great. He's the guy playing Opie. The guy playing our big bad Quincy at the end of this episode is the same voice actor as Detective Pikachu. Let that sink in. Which, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I never liked Opie. I was ready for his smug butt to get kicked in the face. I was ready for him to just get his comeuppance from the moment he entered this manga, which is what he's designed for. He's very effective in having a punchable face. And I was waiting for it this entire time. So I got to wait till next week before we see that come to fruition. But the fact that he is not only Beerus, but Pikachu, again, the range. He also plays Miguel in Jujutsu Kaisen. The range of these voice actors, I tell ya. Then we have Takehito Koyasu. I promise I only have 3 more, and then I'll stop with the voice acting. Takehito Koyasu is Pesci. I feel like Pesci and Dondo, they very much remind me, especially since I've watched Odd Taxi now on this channel, which go check that series out. It's short, sweet, you'll love it. It's on my channel right now. Ever since watching that series, I see now the Japanese kind of stereotype of the comedian duos, and they are that. Like Pesce and Donda Chaka are like the comedian duos of Hueco Mundo, and I absolutely loved their interaction with Uryu in that arc, and then Mayuri getting involved. Like, if you asked me to rank arcs, I would have to think about it, but Hueco Mundo holds a special place in my heart because I was a massive Ulquiorra fan. My angsty teenage self was like dripping in the angst of Orihime, Ulquiorra, and Bleach lore. Like, just, if I was 16, and it was a great time for that. So, but yeah. Hueco Mundo holds a special place in my heart. The whole Arrancar arc is just, it's just such Bleach. It's peak Bleach. And so, which I really liked the arc that came after it. Honestly, a lot of people didn't. I was all kind of about it, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Pesci's voice actor plays Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen? The freaking range! What? That's insane. That's crazy. And he plays Kraft from Frieren. What? That is these voice actors, sometimes I feel like voice actors get typecast into roles, like Uryu's voice actor. Nah, these bitches got the range. What the fudge? Oh my god, that's great. So the last two I want to bring up are Shion and Yuki's voice actors, since they are the newest little Shinigami that have joined our crew. Yuki's voice actor, Ryunosuke Yuki, is played by Daiki Yamashita, who is Bowser Jr. in the Super Mario's Galaxy movie. He's Deku. Okay, that's where I recognize his voice. He's Deku. I was trying to be like, he's not Tanjiro, but he's in Demon Slayer. He's Yushiro in Demon Slayer. I was trying to be like, because I remember I've seen season 1 and season 2 of Demon Slayer, and there's an episode where Tanjiro's voice actor and Deku's voice actor are in the same episode, and I'm like, what a wild world. And I remember talking about that at the time. And so, yeah. So Deku's voice actor is Yuki, which I'm not saying that voice actor is typecast a little bit, but a little bit, maybe, possibly. At least in protagonist roles. So, but yeah, good for him. Good for him. So yeah, that's awesome that he's been that. And then Shion, who clearly is related to Ikkaku Madarame because they have the same freaking forehead. She's played by Tomoko Kaneda, who has been, who also plays Nell. Oh, okay. Oh, Nell, come on. Oh, wait, that is Nell's voice actress. Nell's voice actress is Tomoko Kaneda, young Nell. I wanted to see who Shion's voice actress was. I don't think I pulled her up. Let me get her up real quick. She is voiced by Asame Seto, who I've heard that voice before. She has been playing, where's the character she's been in that? Okay, so she's in Vigilantes. But also, I've seen her in something else because her voice sounded... She's Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen. There we go. I'm like, I know her voice, especially when she was yelling at Yuki. I was like, where have I heard that voice before? She's Nobara. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yep, so Shion's played by Asame Seto. Nice. So yeah, that's the voice cast that are worth mentioning right now. If we have new people come up, we will talk about them. If you have others down below you want to note, please let me know in the comments. I've spent nearly 20 minutes talking about the voice cast before we even dive into this series. Oh my gosh. So, but yeah, I'm so excited. So here in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to pull up some screenshots as we go through it. I feel like things I want to talk about are some differences from the manga to the anime, and then just overall impressions. I forgot that we started out with Akon and Mayuri and noting all of the hollows disappearing, because if you know Quincy's, their job is to get rid of hollows. One thing that has kind of stuck with me with Bleach that I really liked that Kubo did was establish kind of this triad and that they are all connected. So you have your Shinigami who kind of balance the souls. The Shinigami are like the balancing arc. And then you have Quincy's and hollows, who are different forms of humanity. They're all forms of humanity, but, you know, an Arrancar, a hollow is born from a human heart that's, you know, gone astray, and the Quincy is a human that's designated to, like, let their soul go back up into the afterlife. Well, basically to cleanse souls. And Shinigami are designed to take souls to another plane of existence. So I know Kubo gets dogged a lot for his world building, and yes, there are parts of this arc that I'm like, ooh, I hope they fixed that. So, but we'll see. But I do like the fact that we established this kind of these, because usually it's like bad guy versus good guy. And here it's like, no, it's a little bit more layered than that. You have your hollows and your Arrancars, and the Arrancars are a layer and complexity from the hollows. And then you have Quincy's that are designed to just get rid of those souls. And you have Shinigami who are like, let's not just get rid of the souls, let's balance it out. And it creates this harmonious environment, which this season, this arc will touch on as we go. I'm assuming that they'll touch on in the story, but I forgot that we started out with Mayuri. Akon's had an upgrade. Our third seed, I was like, where's Nemu? Nemu, where's she? Where's she at? Because we haven't seen her in this. Akon in the third seed is just taking over and helping out, which he got an upgrade in responsibilities and all of this. One thing I do like that Kubo does is he previews like Ichigo there, and you see the outlines of these Quincy, but you don't see exactly their faces. So Kubo's really good at foreshadowing characters to come and just giving us little teases. He's good at edging people in this series. So things that were left out of the manga. At the very beginning, we do get a little bit more backstory with Shion and Yuki to kind of set them up. I remember at the time, when they first showed up in this manga, a lot of people were kind of like, oh, I would get these new Shinigami kids and did filler characters and stuff. I was kind of all about it. A lot of people were complaining about it. I liked it because it was sort of like setting up the next generation. Like, you felt that this was the last arc. Kubo had said it was going to be the last arc of the series. So setting up these new characters, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're going to grow up and then they're going to be the next generation of Shinigami, etc., etc., and we're going to go from there. Do we see them a lot after this in the manga? No. So again, but we set it up, set up. One thing, so that's left out. We kind of cut immediately to them showing up, which is fine. You get the gist of them showing up. There's not a lot that is missed by them appearing. There's not a lot that we miss other than just banter between them. But to be honest, within the first couple of moments, you get the idea of who they are. I also like that Yuki jokes in the little in-between chapters that the dots on his head are self-destruct buttons, and you're like, oh, that's really sad. And then Shion's like, quit joking around. So anyway, one thing that is cut out is right as the battle is going on, and I understand why they cut it, because it's literally just a page of content. But we see Hiyori and Shinji, whoop whoop. I feel really sad because Shinji goes back to the Shinigami realm to be a captain again because, since Gin left, gotta fill that void and nobody else is as good. So like, hey, Shinji, I know that we persecuted you a long time ago and really held you in low regard, but you want to come back? You and Rose want to come back and be captain and vice captain? I felt really sad because I loved Shinji and Hiyori together, and Hiyori sticks back behind with Lisa. And so we see like a page where Lisa and them are coming back from the bath or whatever. And then this part here is cut where there's a tear in the fabric of reality. And they kind of hint at it in this episode set that the worlds between the Shinigami realm and the human realm, the boundaries are starting to get a little flimsy because the balance of souls has been thrown off. So could cause a big old problem. And we see like a little hint of that here. So I feel like Hiyori kind of notices what it is right off the bat, but of course, I'm like, you should probably find a way to tell Shinji about this since you guys are besties. But anyway, the whole beginning episode setting up really well the idea of Ichigo and them showing up. It's so good. It's so good. One thing you have to know about Bleach. Bleach is going to have blood spurting everywhere. Unless somebody gets decapitated, you're probably going to live. Unless you get decapitated, or unless there's a giant hole in your center like poor Sasakibe, unless you're them, you're probably going to live because Orihime is going to be there to heal you. Now, with Bleach, do I have some issues with Bleach? Well, yes. Kubo loves to draw a woman with big ass boobs. Just huge boobs. Unrealistic to her body proportion boobs, like Barbie doll boobs. Like, there's no way that girl's waist could hold up that without causing her extreme back pain boobs. And you know what? It was a different time. It's sure, Kubo, you do it. If JoJo's can get away with like 10 packs on people, why not? Why not? But every time I see Orihime now, I'm just like, God, setting girls up with unrealistic body standards since 2002. But yeah. I feel like Orihime's boobs just got bigger as the series went on. And I love Orihime. She's one of my favorite characters. She gets too much hate from the fandom. Y'all need to stop it. She is a delight and she's sweet. She did nothing to deserve her hate that she gets. But I'm like, even in the manga, the boobs are not that big, my dude. They're like size G's in this, but whatever. Anyway, I forgot about the Gigai as well. Where's our darling in his little lion doll? Where is he at? But I forgot about the Gigai being used. But they were not kidding. Eburn just shows up immediately in the manga, and then things play out as they go through this set. One thing that I want to note about the world building that was always kind of a point of contention. I love Ichigo showing up with his Bankai right off the bat, setting the tone, like, we're back, baby. Like, just, the animation is great in this, by the way. I'm glad they were like, if we're going to come back after 10 years... we're going to make, or what was it, like 5 years when they started the Blood Year? It was right, I think it was 2022. It was when my channel was like just getting off. So it'd been like, what, 7 years? 6 or 7. But I feel like the animation, they're like, if we're going to bring this final arc back, if we're going to redo things, and do it right, then we need to just make it look as incredible as we can. And they have. It looks amazing. I love the artwork so far. But yeah, so we get Yuki back in all this. I was so caught up in the shipping wars with Orihime and Ichigo and Rukia and Ichigo. Look, I've always been a Rin-Ruki fan. Renji and Rukia have always been my jam, and then Orihime and Ichigo have always been my jam. I'm that person. I love Ichigo and Rukia. They are like platonic besties to me. They are like platonic besties. And I was really sad when this arc started out because we don't see Rukia and Ichigo. And it's like, but they're always together and he rescued her and all this. But I definitely love Ichigo and Rukia as besties. But in terms of romantic interest, I'm like Ichigo and Orihime, Renji and Rukia. I mean, it's just the Renji, Ruki, and Byakuya whole setup. Don't even get me started. But I feel like I was so caught up in that when the series was going that my yaoi radar with Ishida and Ichigo was just not fully on. I was like, oh, you guys are rivals, and you're like you know enemies to besties. And if someone told me the vision of Ichigo and Uryu, I'd be like, absolutely. And this episode kind of like sets it all up. I'm like, sure thing. But yeah, so Eburn shows up. The one thing about the world building in Bleach that always kind of has settled with me in a weird way is the concept of the Shinigami realm. And because when Kubo started the series, like way back, I'm going to like brush these aside here. When Kubo started the series way back in volume 1 of the series, we got the idea of Rukia being this Shinigami who is designated to watch over souls and help fairy souls, you know, to help eliminate hollows, fairy souls to the afterlife. Like that was a pretty big setup that was very easy to understand. And then when you get the concept, which also I love, the profiles of characters was one of my the character profiles that Kubo made literally got me into designing characters and making characters for stories, because the way that Kubo did it just made it look so fun, like having the theme song, the blood type, the height, the little things about them. So fun. But yeah, just the concept of what the soul, the Shinigami, the realm is that happens after death. And the idea, the world building of the Shinigami realm was always kind of weird to me because it made sense for souls to go from this world to the next world, right? That's what Shinigami is trying to do, to ferry those souls across. And then you have your Quincy's, which are in conflict with that because they just erase souls. And it's like, ooh. So you could get the conflict between them, right? That they were trying to help by getting rid of the hollows, but at the same time, it was causing the souls to not go to the next world, which was causing this imbalance between, you know, dimensions. That part made sense. The concept that when you get to the afterlife, that you still might be in poverty is like, what? But I get that it was a cultural thing because I'm used to growing up in like Western Christian culture where, oh, heaven's like, you ain't got no problems, ain't got no debts, ain't got no worries. And here it's like, no, you've just been ferried from one dimension to the next dimension and things might not be so great in the next dimension. So LOL, YOLO. So, you know, but that part always kind of sat oddly with me, but I think it's more of a cultural difference, whereas I'm sure a Japanese viewer is like, this is not odd to them. They're like, oh yeah, no, we've had discussions of this all the time in our culture. And for me, I was just like, I don't know. It's great to see the Shinigami again after all this time. Like Yumachika, freaking love him. I loved his battle in the Arankar arc. Ikaku, I forgot about him getting the new arm upgrade. Great for him. And then of course, we have the mystery of where everybody's going. And then we have Yamamoto. I'm going to be real. I was never a big Yamamoto fan from the start. I always thought he was like, arrogant's not the right word. And I tried to correct myself in the reaction. His confidence and assuredness that he's going to be able to take care of everything. I feel like his rigidness as a character has caused a lot of problems in this series. Like, this man is just so dead set, black and white, it's my way or the highway, this is what I think, and if you don't align to that, too bad, is not too unsimilar from our main villain from the Quincy side, who has not been named yet, whose name I constantly mispronounce. I'm going to wait till they tell me, but I know how it's spelled. But his rigidness, I feel, is such a hindrance for his character, and that's part of it, that he's so rigid in what his morals and principles are, that it can be a detriment. And then the Quincy Ginyu Force shows up. And we go from there. So the next thing, again, there's actually not a lot that has been left out from this volume in the actual animation, which is pretty impressive. One thing though, I forgot Sasakibe died. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, Sasakibe, he at least was playing chess with Yamamoto day in, day out. At least. And so when he dies, which Yamamoto gets super pissed about, the one thing that they kind of gloss over in this episode set, I did love, before we get to Sasakibe's funeral, I did love the moment that Ichigo is like, I'm going to activate my Bankai. And he's like, they steal your Bankai. The moment that started, and then he was going to say Bankai, I want to get to that point because that part is really good. He's like, I have to tell you something. The enemy, is it going to let me show? And he starts to do like the phrasing and everything. There's a face that he makes when he's going to activate Bankai. And it's, because Ichigo, that's my thing. Ichigo's like, wow, this seems like a dangerous thing to do to activate my Bankai. But you know what? I'm just going to play along. I'm like, okay, Ichigo, you are indeed 18 years old. In fact. So whenever he's like, I'm going to do it, and Sasakibe is trying to warn, which Sasakibe keeping it all inside to warn Yamamoto one last time before he died. My dude, his poor arm being taken off. He's like, there's something I have to tell you. The moment he's like about to say Bankai, that face that Ebern makes, my God, that face Ebern makes is terrifying. That is so terrifying. What? Insane. So yeah, he's like, the enemy has been able to steal Bankai. The fact that we were cheated from not seeing Sasakibe's Bankai, how dare you? How dare you, Kubo? Kubo's going to do that a lot. He's going to be like, oh yeah, those things I built up for years. You don't have to see it. I feel like watching Jujutsu Kaisen now, I feel like Gege Akutami, the mangaka, has taken a lot from Bleach. And one thing, especially in the most recent series, that I feel like he's taken is, you don't have to see that. Kubo didn't show you that. I don't have to show you that. Why do you have to see everything? You don't have to know everything. I see the influence, right? I see the influence. But yeah, so it doesn't work because, again, Ichigo is this liaison between the Hollows, the Quincy's, and the Shinigami. Ichigo's the missing link between all of them because he's the chosen one protagonist. But when we get to finding out how that all come about, I'm so ready. You all have no idea how ready I am. You have no idea. I'm so excited. But yeah, so I love the idea of, again, when we mix up things, the Arrancar disappear between realms through this like shadowy void veil, and the shadows are used to transport the Quincy's back and forth, which is so interesting. But then, yeah, we have this one Quincy showing up, and then Yuabak's like, you know, what the heck? I want to go to episode 2 to get to that funeral scene. We need to go to that. The foundation stones. We need to get to that. All right, make sure the sound's off. So yeah, we start out, poor Ludas. Ludas, R.I.P. Knew you for like 5 minutes. You just didn't speak up right. I do like the idea that the foundation stones, like the episode title, is on like the arm that was severed. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty creative. Love that. The OP is nice. The OP is actually not spoilery. I'm shocked and amazed. Don't think that'll stay true the rest of the series, but this OP is actually really nice. Like it. Nice. Pretty standard, straightforward. Uryu, right off the bat, I love that they're portraying Uryu as conflicted. We don't get to see Ichigo talking about Ebern with the Quincy Cross, but I think he did because Uryu seems to be like, something is rotten in the state of Denmark, and I don't feel comfortable being around you all because it might be... I feel like Uryu thinks that his presence is more of a burden right now than anything, which we can talk about Ryunosuke. When we get to Ryu, I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of things with Orihime, Ichigo, and Uryu. There are some triangular things I was noticing as a reader at the time that when we get to the After the Rain chapters, I'm like, oh, that's what they're setting up. Okay. And then I felt like my Ichihime ship was validated after years and years and years of doing it. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet, but we're going to be there. So anyway, the only other thing that's been cut out of this adaptation so far, other than what we've seen, Nell shows up and Ludos, bye, you're not a prophet. He's like, I'm here in the present, even though he's been stuck for 900 years, whatever. I want to get to the cremation scene with Sasakibe because that's the only part that's been cut out, but I would be remiss to not talk about it before we get to discussing Halle Bell for a hot second. Halle Bell's been done so dirty, y'all. Can we just talk about that? Can we just talk about what Kubo, why you got against Halle Bell? Why? Why? You make her look like freaking Halle Berry, which I know Halle Bell's probably referencing that. Like, freaking, she's amazing, and you just can't let her have her moment. As a manga reader and as a female manga reader, Bleach frustrates me at times because Kubo gives the ladies the shaft 9 times out of 10. There's moments where he doesn't, but like, ugh. So I still love the series, but I'm just like, man, come on. And so Halle Bell is like one of the most egregious examples. She has a badass design. She's gorgeous. She's got a cool shark motif. Like, there's so much about her character that I feel is such a wasted opportunity. I mean, her and Itsugaya had a great fight in the Iranka arc. They had a great fight and everything. And if anybody was going to fight Halle Bell, it needed to be Hitsugaya. But I just felt like, first of all, her being number 3, I mean, Stark and Baragon made sense as 1 and 2. They really did. And I like that she got to rule over Hueco Mundo after they were gone. We didn't see any of it. But Pesce tells us about it. But I just felt like you could have made her number 2. You could have made Baragon number 3. But no, it felt better with Baragon's character that he was like labeling himself as number 2. Makes sense. Stark's number 1. Makes sense because he's like the lazy ruler and everything. He's the most powerful, of course, whatever. But I just felt like her character got the shaft, especially after Stark and Baragon were killed. She didn't have any time to shine. Aizen was just like, nah, bye, bitch. And I feel like that was Kubo being like, okay, bye. And so here it's like, okay, bye. Like, I want our girl to shine. She's got a whole damn harem. She's got a whole damn harem behind her of lady lovers, and just what? Wasted opportunities. I freaking love Halle Bell. She's great. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like banging on the drum for what's been told about her character for a long time, but hashtag justice for Halle Bell. So then we go to the cremation scene. This is the only scene that is cut short from the manga, aside from what I've just told you all. Everything else is pretty much the same. The only extra thing is one guy's his face isn't revealed, but we'll talk about that briefly, but that's just a hot second. Chapter 486 is the Crimson Cremation. It gets its own chapter in the manga. It's kind of glossed over here. We see Rose, Unohana, Shinji looking fly as hell, Byakuya. Byakuya is actually here for this cremation scene. In the manga, because I'm going to talk with you all about it, the cremation is about to happen, and Byakuya is actually telling Renji off to the side about Sasakibe's origin story. So I feel like to RIP Sasakibe, leaving this scene in this anime, we need to talk about it. Chojiro Tadaoki Sasakibe was a soul reaper who should have been a captain. According to the records, he achieved Bankai before Kyoraku and Ukitake were even born. Like, he had Bankai before Ukitake was even around, and that man's old. So, however, not once did he display that ability in public since the 13 court guard companies were founded. Which, such a damn tease. Kubo's like, yeah, nobody ever saw his Bankai, but he had it. I'm like, why not? Captains were not always men of integrity. Despite hearing of his abilities, some would insult him as an assistant captain who did not partake in battle, and treated him like another seated officer. However, even faced with that kind of treatment, Chojiro Sasakibe never cursed his position as an assistant captain. And whenever captains were replaced, no matter how many times there was a vacancy, he adamantly refused not just the position of interim captain, but even the position of being entrusted with the authority of a captain, which Hisagi and Kira held until recently. All because of his fierce loyalty. And I feel like it's important for us to note this, because Byakuya, who is a captain, is noting this to his assistant captain, Renji, and there's a moment because of his fierce loyalty that's brought up. And Renji could be a captain himself, right? I feel like it's a nice parallel to Renji could be a captain on his own, but he's so loyal to Byakuya, who is gonna be his father-in-law, that he's not gonna leave that position. So I felt like it was a really cool parallel in that moment. Sasakibe was a man who swore to remain assistant captain for as long as Yamamoto was alive. He used Bankai for the first time in battle and died. The captain general's grief is beyond the imagination of us neophytes. Only Byakuya could get away with saying the word neophytes and it not sound so pretentious. But yeah, the loyalty and the fierce love that Yamamoto had for Sasakibe is another means of justifying, like, why he's so adamant that they go to war against the Quincy's, and why, like, Yamamoto is so pissed. He's not going to listen to anybody trying to support the Quincy's at this point. He's so mad, he's going to try to just do fire and brimstone to destroy the Quincy's, and Ichigo being like, hey, but my friend Uryu, is not going to fly. So it sets that up very nicely. And Kubo likes some white space. Kubo loves a white space. But yeah, that's that. I really wish we had gotten a little bit more told to us about that, but it's fine. And then, yeah, I also love this little moment between Ishida and Ichigo where Ichigo's like, look, I wasn't expecting you to join the fight because, you're Quincy. You're meant to destroy hollows. You working with Pesce is just, that he saved your life, and that's literally the only reason. But this moment here where Ichigo and Uryu are having this conversation, it's going to come back up. We're going to come back up, and I'm going to be really excited to bring it back up. Just you wait. So anyway, Urahara shows up looking like an absolute baddie. That shirt undone like a whore, I love Urahara. His shamelessness knows no bounds, and I'm here for it. Also, green's my favorite color, so why not? But yeah, so I also like the animation of going between the realms. It's funky, fresh, enjoying that. But yeah, going to Hueco Mundo, where all of this is going down. The only thing that has been edited out that we've not talked about from the manga to anime is when we go back to the Quincy headquarters, there is a moment where there's one guy, and I don't know if we're going to see it here or not, or if it's been edited out exactly, but he's kind of shown. I'm trying to find out exactly where it is. His face is not shown to us it's like literally the next scene. In the manga, we get to see he has long white hair, looks like he'd be the opposite of Uryu, but also has that kind of like stoic elegance to him. I immediately was entranced with his character. I was like, ooh, what are you going to be doing? And so we're going to see. But yeah, so anyway, we find out that, of course, Ichigo is not going to just let anybody suffer. That's, he's a hot-headed teenage boy, but he's going to protect anybody that he can. Also, what a crazy time to see these two female Arrancars show back up. I didn't think we'd ever see them again. They were the two Arrancars that were they worked for Ulquiorra, and they were trying to torture Orihime when she was in Ulquiorra's captivity, and then she kind of won them back over because of her resilience. So, Opie talking smack about Aizen behind his back, that's ultimate foreshadowing for him, because nobody gets away with talking about Aizen behind his back. Everything's according to plan, so even your own demise, But then these ladies show up, Halle Bell's entourage of her friends, and then I also love them too. I love that the one, like, you can clearly see like the bull kind of motif, the snake motif, the horse motif. I love that you have like kind of the animal motif with the Arrancars. It's a lot of fun. I think with my favorite was Nell's enemy, not Ulquiorra is the bat, but the one Neutra. Neutra has like the praying mantis motif. Loved that. But yeah, they were a lot of fun in this. And of course, we have to show the Quincy being strong, so Opie is, able to take care of them right up until Ichigo arrives. And then we have everybody all gathered to prepare for war against the Quincy's. God, Higuruma has such a great hairdo. Love that. Oh, Shunsui, my love. My sweet, sweet love. And then there's Ichigo with Nell. Nell's one of my favorites too. I'm so excited to be diving into Bleach again. We end it right before the very end of Volume 55, and we start with the epitaph for Volume 56. So, gonna be a fun time. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sirs. Yes, thems. So far, I feel like we've set up this arc really, really well. I'm really enjoying the setup. It's fun to dive back into Bleach. I have a feeling that as we go through these episodes, I'm going to be recalling things from previous arcs, things like that. It's going to be a fun time. So anyway, I can't wait. I would love to know your thoughts about these first 2 episodes. Please no spoilers for what's to come. But if we want to talk about some like stuff backing it up, like the history and everything, then that would be a lot of fun as well. But I'm excited. I hope you all are too. When this is all over, when the entire Blood War arc is over, I want to do a giant Bleach video of all of my thoughts about Bleach. But it's just, I could not make it before starting this because I just felt like it would be missing everything from these arcs. So we're just gonna wait and see. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you all comment down below. Please like the video. Subscribe if you want to watch Bleach with me every Wednesday. And otherwise, I hope you all have a great week. Please stay safe, take care. And yeah, I'm back very soon to talk more about Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. And I'll see you then. Bye.